Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello, guys, welcome to Global Happenings today. We have a trending news here for you, and the headline of the news read Sowore start 2020 with a message that kept him in DSS detention till December. All right, let's before we go on with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. Let's consider the news in detail.
It was exactly on December 5th, 2019, the court again set Sowore free, confirming that he had settled his bail terms. However, there was a wind of change the next change in court when DSS operatives invaded the premises to rearrest him. The internet was filled with rage as government was accused of jeopardizing the principle of rule of law. He was finally released December 24th, 2019. At the late hours of 2019, the revolutionist on his Twitter page sent a New Year message that seemed like he's up again with the revolutionary struggles. See the tweet. He said, "Happy New Year to all revolutionaries, especially for not letting the mercenaries take away what is left of our humanity. May the force continue to be with you all in 2020 and beyond. Stay strong." One reply I went to him and told him, "Bros, you are still up with this revolution and you want to carry and enter 2020. My advice is that you have got better energy to do great work towards 2023. Bring the change you desire through the ballot. Think about this deeply, friend." And so many other reactions.
All right, thank you very much. I was going through one of the write-ups of DSS when they informed the public why they rearrested Sowore, and one of the reasons was that after he was released on December 5th, 2019, that he still gathered some few persons in the Abuja Transcorp Hotel, and he told them that the revolution is still on, and that word is mostly being used by those who want to topple the government and who wants to, carry out any inimical act. And that was why he was rearrested. And fairly recently, barely I think just today, in an NTA news, the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, came up also giving reasons why Sowore can be rearrested anytime. And one of his reasons was if they are not comfortable with the court orders, and if he continues with the issue of revolution and all of that. And Nigerians, when he came up with this New Year message, a lot of Nigerians have written about it, and most people are telling him to calm down right now and see how we can refocus our strength in another area. And one person here said, "What happened in Sudan will happen in Nigeria this year. Where is strongman Omar Bashir today with all his cabinet?" Okay, that's supporting the revolution talk. And this one says, "People will never caution him now until the arm of the law catch up with him." This one say, "I just they see sentiment error. Supporting them religion is the name of supporting Buhari." Another person here say, "Well, it's only cowards cannot speak out when it's necessary, as it is in Nigeria today. It's better to speak out and be killed by the oppressors at this juncture. The war has heard of your thoughts than to be killed by oppressors without speaking out. You die for nothing because nobody knows the reason why you were killed for. So, my dear Omoyele Sowore is right. Nigeria needs a serious revolution now. than that of the type Omoyele Sowore is calling for. That is making the government of this day being worried. We need a revolution, a revolutionary that will keep all these old recycled politicians since 1960 into permanent coffin. They have succeeded in turning down Nigeria. They have succeeded in destroying us. We must do something about it so the Nigerians will move forward with innovation and meet up with modern war in modern facility. All right, you can see that a lot of persons are in support of the statement of Sowore. But now the question is, for now, do you think that Sowore using this statement may indict him again? Because the truth of the matter is, most persons before now were of the opinion that he was calling out for, protest without arms. That was what most people were saying. Was calling out for protest without arms, and that is why they gave him ultimate support. When the government came up that day, he was talking about revolution. A lot of people were like, hey, he wasn't talking about revolution. It was just protest until things get right. But now he has boldly, though he did not talk about revolution in Nigeria per se, but it's like congratulating all the revolutionaries and telling them, hey, keep up the good work, and which therefore means there is a plan for 2020. Personally, if you ask me, I would like to advise if there's something that can be done by him, to ensure that 2023 is not hijacked with this same old recycle politician. I think that's where he should channel more of his energy to. Because right now, anything that he will do may be used against him in the law, and legally, if they use it against him, it may not help him in any way. My colleague is here. I don't know if you have anything to say about it.
What Sowore is doing right now is going to make Femi Falana, it's going to make the work quite difficult for Falana. But if you watch, Falana has been saying something more of protest. He didn't call for revolution, he called for protest. And what he did was say, look, you guys are calling it revolution, you're calling it violent revolution, but we are calling it protest. And if you watch, Falana did an excellent job defending him as such. Don't forget, he's only out of DSS detention. The court case is still ongoing, very much ongoing.
And I know that with this, with this stuff that he has just said, they are going to screenshot it and use it as an exhibit come February 11 when the proceeding will start again.
They usually say that when you are going through court hearing and all that, try not to go through media trial. Try not to go exhibit. They will tell you both parties should keep mum over the issue until, judgment is passed. One would have expected that Sowore should, at least for the now, for the safety of himself and the good of his supporters, to stay low on the issue of the word revolution. In fact, this whole thing is all boiled down on that around that word revolution. If you'd have used the word protest, it's a bit different. And even if he must, maybe he shouldn't front it, because if he fronts it this time around, this is not DSS detention. If for any reason, don't forget Malami is interested in this case, Buhari is interested in this case, and they've all said one thing, that if case is not taken, he may be picked up again. They said it towards the end of 2019, as if they were even regretting why they released him in the first instance. And now he's going up and down. It took Falana the intervention of international bodies to even release him from the DSS detention. How much more talking again? Then I'm sure they're even watching him. For every gathering, he's gathering young people to talk about this whole issue. You'll be surprised. A mall is there listening. All they want is doesn't take the government of anything. Little millions, little Ghana must go here and there. Somebody will be willing to tape every gathering, every meeting, and that would be a good exhibit. I would have expected Moyele Sowore, an intelligent young man, should tread carefully, because this time around there may likely be no mercy. The government of the day will not make mistakes again.
Exactly.
If the word is trying to say fit Sowore, they will bring the evidence to show that he actually is clamoring for not just change, but revolution indeed. But you may be just be talking, what is calling revolution may just be a case of a protest, a protest that the world will hear about, a protest that will cause Nigerians to come out. But using the word revolution looks as if he wants to go and really upturn and change the government of it. And it may likely work against him. And I can assure you, if he goes through the court hearing and is found guilty, they will slam him real good.
Yeah.
One would have expected him to lay low. And if you can't lay low, then just maybe look for, maybe if Adeyanju can still do it, being the fact that he has just recovered from a terrible beating, being lynched by the pro-Buhari group. So I don't know if he'll be willing to champion this cause, because he has not been indicted yet on this issue.
Yeah.
But he won't use the word revolution, he may use the word peaceful protest, and channel the idea through what's his name again? Through Adeyanju, Deji Adeyanju, so that eyes will be off him. He can easily come out of this whole trial period. But if he continues like this, I'm afraid he will make the his defense counsel, he will give them a hackling tax defending him. And this time around, the world will be watching, because there will be evidence this time. They didn't get it right the first time, but I can assure you the government of the will not miss it again the second time.
All right, thank you very much. I think even on the basis of this revolution thing, when they released him on December 5th, 2019, they said he gathered some group of young people and he still talked about revolution. And that was the reason why he was rearrested by December 6th. And they said something striking there, and it was that if they had noticed that actually they did not come for Bakare. Reason is because Bakare did not say anything about revolution. So that even when this guy had promised them, Falana promised them that he was going to go get Bakare for them and all of that, then hey, they were not interested in Bakare. All what they want is that Bakare should be coming to court and during the court hearing and all of that they're not interested in. But why they had to pick Sowore up again? The reason was because he had used that word revolution. So candid advice, brother, we still have many years in future. And it's for us to strategically, or for Nigerians, to strategically, for him as a person who is overly interested in, having good government, to strategically position yourself. Ensure that you use this period to go around and possibly something like a campaign, something like to talk to the youth into seeing reasons with you why they should vote you into power come 2023. Do all the necessary, underground work to ensure that is possible, so that you can prevent the issue of you being arrested and then it will culminate to your wife running around and all of that. It's really, for me, it's uncalled for, if you ask me.
I tend to disagree there. If he does that, then that means that revolution call he did was actually to remove the president from the seat. Because if he does his campaign now, that means all along, all what he was doing was actually to look for campaign to become the president come 2023. This is the wrong timing for me.
Okay.
Because Nigerians will say, so all these things we're doing, you're just looking for cheap popularity to gain grounds and gain sympathy, so that Nigerians will give you, I would say, instead of doing that, say vote me 2023. 2023 is still very far. I would say let him keep championing good governance, let him keep championing, but that word revolution should stay very far from his mouth. The word they're looking for is revolution. If you watch all the DSS talk here and there, they're just using that word revolution. Stay off that word revolution. Talk about good governance. Nobody will blame you for saying you want good governance. Everybody have the right to say, I want good governance. He's a Nigerian, so he deserves to say that he wants something good for himself and for all Nigerians, which is not against the rule of law, which is not against his fundamental human rights. It's within his fundamental human rights, and no DSS is going to hold him or anyone for demanding for good governance. But when you begin to say you are looking for revolution, then you are calling for the government of the day to visit you.
All right, thank you very much. I know that this issue of revolution is actually in the blood of some persons. We are only talking as people who are really looking out for him to be free from the hands of the government. But everything, just like one of the commentators, one of the respondents, they said, he talked about that it's better to be hate than to be hate and then you die for a good cause than to not to be hate and still you still die. So we're just giving our candid advice. It's quite personal. If he has anything to do, or if you have your own advice, you can also use this medium to pass it through to him. Just go to our